Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name's William. This is Assetto Corsa Competizione, and today I'm going to be driving the Ginetta G55 GT4. Once again, just diving into the GT4 pack, kind of giving my initial impressions and feedback on the car, and giving you guys a hot lap as well, so you can really kind of see how the car is, get an idea of the way it looks and everything, the way it sounds. Specifically, Assetto Corsa Competizione is fantastic with the sounds of the cars. So after driving it, I will say that this car so far has given me the best feedback through the wheel specifically. A really good feel, positive feel through the wheel, in my opinion. And it is definitely the most lively so far to drive. I know that will probably change a little bit, but compared to the A110 and the Aston Martin, this car really did feel um, like a proper race car, properly alive. And the sounds that this thing makes, especially on the downshifts, to me was um, quite good. So if you would have maybe overlooked the Ginetta, I would highly recommend trying it out if you get the GT4 pack. Um, I'm not saying necessarily it's like hands down the greatest car ever or anything, but it is a lot of fun to drive, and that's what it's all about in my opinion. So give it a spin if you weren't. Definitely give it a chance. So. I'll go ahead and roll on into a hot lap, and then I'll be back to talk to you guys through some of the setup adjustments and whatnot you can make to this car. Just kind of give you an overview so you can get an idea of just a little bit more about the car and some more details of what you can adjust whenever you are trying to tweak it to get the most speed out of it as you can. So enjoy the hot lap, and I'll be back to talk to you guys over that stuff. Okay, everyone, so that was a hot lap in the Ginetta G55 GT4. You can see lap time kind of comparable to the other cars. Like I said, not really too interested in that. It did take a little bit longer to get this car to properly get heat in its tires, especially compared to the Aston Martin, but definitely still much better than the A110. But nevertheless, we're not super interested in the lap time at the moment. Hopefully you guys get to enjoy how awesome this car sounds and kind of see how lively it was to drive. Um, but we can go ahead and take a look at the setup here. I was running the aggressive preset on the setup, and just kind of highlighting some of the things you can change. So you can still change everything on the tires page, toe, camber, tire pressures, obviously. On the electronics page, you got a lot of adjustability here on your traction control, which is nice, and on your ABS, which is also nice. No ECU maps for this car. Um, let's see, other than that, this car actually does have adjustable bump stop ranges, which is is I mean, it's different than the first two cars I've driven, as well as a lot of range on the preload for the differential. So that is also interesting. Still a whole lot of range on the anti-roll bar. That's kind of to be expected, in my opinion. Also, not a huge range for the wheel rates, but definitely more than some of the other cars. Still no fast bump, fast rebound, also to kind of be expected. And then taking a look at the aero side of things, no splitter adjustment, a lot of range on your ride heights, and you can still get the car pretty low to the ground too, which is quite nice. And only getting 4 wing settings as well, so pretty simple car, but you do get the added little bit of the fully adjustable here bump stop ranges and rates, as well as how massive the preload differential range is compared to, for example, the Aston Martin. So that was pretty cool. This car is so far the most fun to drive. It sounds amazing, and it actually has a really good feel through the wheel, a lot of feedback, and feels very alive to drive as well. It would really kind of snap on throttle, and you could kind of feel it wiggling around under hard braking and everything, and that was very enjoyable. So hopefully, um, if you guys try this out, you'll give the Ginetta a chance. It is super fun. It sounds great, especially on the downshifts. In my opinion, it really does sound quite incredible. Um, a little bit buzzy from the engine, but on the downshift specifically, it sounds amazing. And more importantly, the feedback from the wheel and just the way it drives is so far the best out of the cars I've driven so far. So um, I hope you guys enjoy this. It gives you some insight, and maybe pushes you to try the Ginetta if maybe you were going to just overlook it. Um, uh, instead, and go for something else. So give it a try. I definitely think it is worth it. So I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be doing another car here before too long. So until then, bye bye.